Hello and good evening. Very warm welcome to you in this 11th batch of Executive Development Programs, specifically organized for all of you who have qualified in July 2020 examinations. My sincere gratitude to ICAI President, CA Dr. Devashish Mitra, ICAI Vice President, CA Aniket Jalati, and Secretary ICAI Dr. Jaykumar Batra. This program has been organized by Committee for Members in Industry and Business under the leadership of our Chairman, CA Ranjit Agarwal, and Vice Chairman, CA Dr. Raj Chawla. We have in presence Committee Secretary Mr. G. Ranganathan and our esteemed first speaker of the day, CA Kamal Garg, who has been always very kind and supportive in all the initiatives of ICAI. We are very thankful to our Chairman and Vice Chairman for taking this initiative and organizing this program for the benefit of our young members, where we have speakers from different parts of the world talking on those specific skills which help us to grow in our career. And today, on the second day, we have three very interesting topics, starting from self-assessment for career planning, then careers in technology, and excitement of being a chartered accountant. To introduce CA Kamal Garg, I will briefly give some information. CA Kamal is a fellow member of our institute and a first-class commerce graduate from Deen Dayal Upadhyay College, University of Delhi, and an academic resource partner in KGMA Delhi. He also qualified did a post-qualification course on DISA. He is also an insolvency professional registered with Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. He has held various positions in different committees of ICAI on the central and regional level, and he has been a regular guest speaker for IFRS and management development programs at various forums of ICAI and ICSI. He has written various books and commentaries, including IFRS and Ind AS Concepts and Applications, COVID-19 Guide to Financial Reporting, and many books on accounting, investments, taxation, and insolvency, bankruptcy code. He has, to his credit, the contribution of Gist of Accounting Standards and Auditing and Assurance Standards for Volume 2 of Company Law published by BLH. He has written various articles on DVAT and for the general tax and also for corporate referential. He possesses a very rich experience in the areas of corporate laws like Companies Act, FEMA, taxation, foreign collaborations, joint ventures, etc., audits, and management consultancy. He has been doing wonderful work on ESG and another emerging areas, and our sincere gratitude to CA Kamal for being here with us once again today. So without further ado, considering we have him for limited minutes, a 60-minute session, I will pass on the stage to CA Kamal and request all of you to please give a big virtual round of applause for CA Kamal Garg. Over to you, Kamal.
Thank you very much, sir. A very good evening to each one of you. People to this committee, the chairman, vice chairman, and above all ICAI and the participants. The topic given to me is self-assessment and career planning. The topic itself is very beautiful, self-assessment. Now, I will come to career planning at a later stage, but let me discuss this expression self-assessment first of all. And I have a small question to each one of the listener. When we say self-assessment, whether we go into negative mode or we go into positive mode or we go into energetic mode, that is the basic question. Because in most of the cases, what happens when we do our self-assessment, we say, it is not happening my way. It is not going that way. It is not moving in the right direction. We start cribbing. The question is whether that cribbing is a self-assessment. So there is a need to understand the distinction between self-assessment and self-blaming. Most of the candidates who are fresh candidates into this CA profession, they do go into deep diving culture, but that deep diving is not resulting in energy. It is resulting in nothing but a negative culture. That is nothing but self-blaming. People always say, मेरा काम नहीं बन रहा है, this is not happening, that is not happening, I'm not getting good job. If I'm getting the job, I'm compromising because the job is not up to my curriculum or up to my level or up to my wishes. And that is the area where comes career planning. Please understand, before I share my PowerPoint presentation, please understand, number one, there is no shortage of opportunities in the market. The opportunities are there. It is us to understand that opportunities are not only audits, GST, income tax. The opportunities far, far go beyond this one. So I will discuss with you opportunities as well. Number second, please stop blaming yourself that I did training from a small firm or I took attempts. This is merely a blame game. Why I'm saying this blame game? Because the opportunities are so much in plenty that even if you are a person who took attempts to qualify, and if a company needs chartered accountant, they would be having no other option but to hire a chartered accountant who is a rank holder or who is attempt taker. Hardly makes a difference. A chartered accountant is a chartered accountant at the end of the day. More importantly, some handful of companies may require rank holders. Now, if it is the case, it means that other companies also need chartered accountants. Say, for example, 50 rank holders are there. Do you know how many companies are in India and across the globe? In India alone, I will share the data and that too with the proof. In India alone, we have around 14 lakh companies. Out of 14 lakh companies, 50 rank holders will be absorbed only by 50 companies. Not more than that. Now, balanced companies, what they will do? They will engage chartered accountants other than rank holders. Then why to blame? The good area to blame ourselves is only one area. We should blame only for one area. We should blame ourselves only for one area, and that area is that we are not making our self-assessment. Now the question arises, what about career planning? I'm sharing my PowerPoint presentation. I will raise 4 or 5 questions before I will go into deep depth. And please try to respond my questions as far as you can in the chat box or any other window you are being given access to. And then I will analyze along with you. Let me give a promise. In the 60 minutes of discussion, at 60th minute, you will take away home some good value additions. The way you think will absolutely undergo a change. So Prabdeep ji, I'm sharing my screen. Please confirm once my screen is visible.
Yes, Kamalji, also we have a few points here. So if you allow me after this, I'll give you those points. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir, the screen is visible, sir. Perfectly fine.
आप कुछ कह रहे थे?
Yeah. Yes, so we have Hema who has asked that whether the career growth is in industry or in a chartered accountancy firm. This is by Hema. Then we have Sanjay who has asked that he wants to get a job in Dubai. What should I do? And we have Bhakti who has asked whether I should go for an employment or practice. Yeah. So these are the points which we have.
Well taken. So give me approximately 10 minutes and I will be able to answer these questions. Let us first do one good thing. Let me boost your confidence. So whosoever is listening me, let me boost your confidence for one factor. And the factor is there is no dearth of opportunities. So most of the candidates, they do have a fear factor that we are having no opportunities. Let me clear this myth. we have plenty of opportunities. So I will discuss my discourse in two segments. One is that I will make you believe with the facts and figures that supply side of chartered accountants is weak. And second segment will be I will share with you some opportunities which chartered accountant should consider. And when I will discuss the opportunities, automatically this thing will be covered, whether I should go into employment or whether I should go into practice. And if you want to go into practice, the limelight question is how to get the clients. Because getting certificate of practice is easy. Getting clients is tough. So we will discuss even that area as well. So let us first ask me, let me first ask you certain questions, and please try to respond these questions as far as you can. So my question number one is, do you think tax return data feeding and filing, audits or traditional fields will fetch you remunerative job? Second question is, do you think articleship experience from SME firms is a waste and thus not useful in getting the job? Do you think being non-ranker or non-first attempt pass out is a big obstacle in getting the job? Do you think the career is in job only? Ever thought of exploring new practice avenues and especially how to market yourself for the same? This especially how to market yourself for the same is extremely significant. So I have these 4 questions for the house. If possible, try to respond. What are your views on these 4 questions? Because most of you as fresh candidates must be bothered about these scenarios you are facing. जैसे अभी one of the question which I heard is, should I go into employment or should I go into practice? Let us assume you decided to go into practice. But the fact is, one of the marketing principle is you would be able to sell only when you are able to market yourself. Question arises, how to market ourselves? How to approach customers? Because our Chartered Accountants Act prohibits solicitation and advertisement. So without solicitation and advertisement, how to build your practice? That is the basic cause and reason. So any answer, Prabdeep for these 4 questions? Any views?
Not yet. We have an addition of one question by Akshit, who is asking, is government job preferable? So that's his question.
My question as a counter question would be whether job is preferable. Government job or private job is secondary. The primary question is, if you wish to go into job, whether job is preferable. The fact is, Prabdeep sir, most of us chartered accountants, when we enter into the profession, are always groomed or are always programmed. अगर आप pass कर लेते हैं with good marks or with the bad marks, you will get a good job. We are not being programmed or groomed for entrepreneurship. We are not being programmed or groomed for practice. And that is the reason most of the chartered accountants are nowadays opting to go into job without even asking themselves, am I a candidate fit for the job or not?
Right.
So I will come to these questions again after a few moments. First of all, let us go to some statistical data. ये लोग कहते हैं, people do say that CAs are not in demand. Let us accept one fact. If you are going to apply for a job, say for GST or say for income tax, you can take me in writing from me, the possibility or the probability of getting a job over there is almost negligible. Why? Because most of the chartered accountants are applying for that area only. And it is the simple principle of economics. If supply side is strong, if more and more people are applying for a single kind of nature of the job, obviously you will be having no job. So if there is a job in income tax area and 10 chartered accountants are applying, how balanced 9 chartered accountants will get the job? Because demand in that field is almost negligible, and especially in today's time when most of the things are getting faceless. In that very scenario, the demand for chartered accountants in taxation era will go down. So we need to first of all see what are the new areas. But prior to that, just see this data.
Kamalji, we have a couple of comments. So can I read? Ashwini Ashwini is saying that answer for second question. I took 15 years to clear CA with long breaks in between, but got job within 1 month of my results with decent salary. And we have a comment from Amit. He says that, sir, I had 10 years of experience pre-qualification. Now I want to move to practice. Please guide.
Surely I will guide that, but that's a good news in between. A person who took so many attempts and still landed in a good job itself is a testimony that attempts don't matter. Even I am a attempt taker. Let me be very honest and frank about this thing. My membership number is 505302. You can even vouch and verify. I took attempts as well. I took 3 attempts to qualify CA Foundation. I took 3 attempts to qualify CA Intermediate. And I was so consistent. I took 3 attempts to qualify CA Final also. And perhaps this is the reason I came into IFRS. Because consistency is the accounting principle. So attempts, my father always taught me one thing. Attempts are meant for degree, not for learning. The learning is nothing but your skills. So if you are having the skills, then obviously there is no shortage of opportunity, be in job, be in practice. I will come to that in detail as well at a later stage. Give me some time. Now this is a data which I took from reliable sources. One of the reliable sources, MCA portal. MCA stands for Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So once you will go to the MCA website, you can download the annual report of MCA. As on date, the latest annual report of 21-22. What it says, as on 31st October 2021, the number of companies registered in India, the number of companies, I am emphasizing the word companies, the number of companies registered in India and the companies which are active, because some companies became defunct also. The number of active companies registered in India as on 31st October 2021 are 14,29,166. You can see here. I'm putting my laser pointer. 14,29,166 companies are active as on 31st October 2021. And these companies are categorized into various economic activities like agricultural sector. Then we have industry. Industry means manufacturing sector, construction sector, etc., etc. And we have companies into service sector and then others. Now, this is not a small thing. 14 lakh companies approximately are registered with MCA. Now, let us come to the second segment of data. I went to the website of ICAI, ICAI.org, and I downloaded the annual report of ICAI as well. The annual report of ICAI states that as on 1st April 2021, mind you this date, 1st April 2021. So this is not considering the chartered accountants who qualified at a later stage. Still, this data still is relevant. As on 1st April 2021, we have fellow chartered accountants as well as associate chartered accountant, and the total membership of all the chartered accountants put together, that is fellow chartered accountants and associate chartered accountants, stands at 327,081. That means 3,27,000 chartered accountants approximately. Before I extrapolate and interpolate this data, please understand, on my left hand side, I do have 14 lakh companies in India. On my right hand side, I do have approximately 3 lakh chartered accountants. Now, if you compare 14 lakh companies with 3 lakh chartered accountants, on an average, in a company, one chartered accountant is not there. So that means there are several companies who are facing the supply of chartered accountants. Now, what is happening when supply of chartered accountant is getting short, and a company wishes to have some financial services just like a chartered accountant, some audit services just like a chartered accountant, some management services just like from a chartered accountant, what they will do, if they will not get a chartered accountant, they will rush towards other professionals. And those other professionals could be maybe a BCom graduate, maybe MCom, maybe ACCA people, maybe CS, maybe cost accountants, etc., etc. But yes, the silver lining here is most of these other professionals also hold the degree, the charter called as chartered accountancy. A supply side you can see is weak. More importantly, one of the person asked the question, shall I go into practice or shall I go into job? The silver lining here is, as per institute record, out of 3,27,081 chartered accountants, the number of practitioners, if you see the cell pointer here, the number of practitioners are 1,50,000 approximately. And balanced persons, 1,75,000 approximately are into service or maybe into entrepreneurship. It means that if we see the practice side also, the supply side still is weak. Imagine a situation, 14 lakh companies. Now these 14 lakh companies require statutory audit, tax audit, things of the past. But there are many such areas as well which cannot be catered. Please understand my words. There are many such areas in consultancy which cannot be catered by their statutory auditors. Why? Because if they will provide non-audit services, they will be disqualified. Meaning thereby, those of you who wish to go into practice, I am typing something on screen. Those of you who wish to go into practice, please remember that. Those who are into practice and provide audit services cannot hence provide management consultancy services. Hence, if you wish to go into practice, explore the avenues in management consultancy. And this assumes a special significance for one more reason. You must be aware, quite some time back, there was a consultation paper given by NAFRA, National Financial Reporting Authority, that why not we should remove the audit requirements for SME enterprises. Now imagine a situation 3 or 4 years down the line, if statutory audit or tax audit for small enterprises goes away, then the practitioners are bound to suffer. And that is the point over here. If you wish to go into practice or if you wish to remain in practice, then you should start focusing upon management consultancy services. Now here comes a question. What are the management consultancy services we can explore? I will give you a list for that. But before this thing, I have a small question. Please try to respond. How many of you are aware that Institute of Chartered Accountants of India already published one booklet regarding professional opportunities for members? One of the candidates also asked a question, what are the professional opportunities in Dubai? Or I should reframe this question on a macro level. What are the international opportunities available for Indian Chartered Accountants? How many of you listeners are aware that Institute of Chartered Accountants of India also has a publication about professional opportunities for members abroad? Any idea? How many of you are aware? Let me show you something. Just see. Can you see one new screen? You'll find one PDF document, professional opportunities for members and appraisal. Prabdeep ji, nazar aa raha hai screen par?
हाँ जी, aa raha hai.
So now, dear candidates, you can please take a note of this book in your notepad. The name of this book is Professional Opportunities for Members and Appraisal. This book is available free of cost and is published by our mother institute, ICAI. And just see, this book is running into 401 pages. Now 401 pages means you are given opportunities galore. So many opportunities are listed. And mind you, this book is not the new book. This book was published in year 2009. So opportunities given in this book plus the opportunities I will be displaying on screen. Can you imagine how much of the work is available? Let me give you a promise. When I will show opportunities on the screen, that is my PowerPoint presentation, You will not find tax audit. You will not find statutory audit. You will not find GST audit. And you will also not find internal audit. So many opportunities are there beyond audits. That means management consultancy, and you have to explore. Similarly, I asked one more question. Are you aware or not whether ICAI has given a publication on opportunities abroad? Answer is yes. So you can see the second book. Just give me a moment. Second book. Just see the title of this book. Quick Insights on Professional Opportunities Abroad for Indian Chartered Accountants. So one of the person asked the question that can I have some opportunities in Dubai? Answer is a big yes. But why only Dubai? There are many good countries across the globe. Australia, US, Canada, Singapore. So many things are there. And in present times when we have IFRS, we have sustainability reporting. The opportunities are in plenty. They are now multiplied in numbers. So you can take a note of this book also. You can download from internet. It is available free of cost. Quick Insights on Professional Opportunities. And this book is running into 90 pages. If I show you the index of this book, very beautiful book. I have read this book and it is the latest edition, September 2020. So it is not the old version. And if you see the index, very beautifully drafted and I must say compiled booklet. Just see, Middle East countries, opportunities in Kenya, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Tanzania, UAE, Uganda, Bahrain. Then Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, and so on. So this booklet will be very handy booklet for you. And I must say that you people as listeners, as chartered accountants, as peers should acknowledge the efforts of ICAI. Most of us suffer because we are having lack of awareness. Now you are aware of these two booklets. Invest your time in reading these books and your mind will start thinking on a new horizon. Am I clear? Prabdeep ji, कोई question है तो बता दीजिए.
नहीं अभी तो नहीं है. You can
Okay, I'm coming back to PPT. Now, having said that, we were exploring this data. Now, if you see number of practitioners, just have a look out, fellow chartered accountants and associate chartered accountants. Fellow chartered accountants and associate chartered accountant. Fellow chartered accountants in full-time practice and part-time practice, 87,000 and then 2231. Associate chartered accountants in full-time practice and part-time practice, 57,136, 4,772. Now these associate chartered accountants are a category which requires special attention. Because most of the associate chartered accountants primarily suffer from lack of opportunities, or I should correct myself, they suffer from lack of awareness and hence the lack of opportunities. And it brings to a question, how to market ourselves. For those who are listening me, I am giving you 1 minute, try to respond, how to market ourselves. As a chartered accountant, how should I create my brand? And that is this question, ever thought of exploring new practice avenues and especially how to market yourself. My question is how to market yourself. If I take an example, today we all know Dr. Girish Ahuja. He is my teacher, I studied from him. Today we know many other dignitaries in the profession. Why do we know them? We know them because of their knowledge? No. We know them because they marketed their knowledge and we became fan of that knowledge. Because there could be so many professionals, like I take a name, Dr. Singhania. Dr. Singhania, who is a acclaimed author of taxation books, seldom appears on public platforms for seminars or webinars. But still we people know him. There can be several such dignitaries who are not on public platform, but still we people know him or them. So please tell me how to market. Clients तो मेरे पास जब आएंगे ना, जब उन्हें पता होगा कि there is a person who is a chartered accountant in the market. The question arises how to market ourselves. Any answer? Can somebody pass me the answers if there is any? How to market? In Hindi, there is a saying, जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. So how to have this chartered accountant product showcased before my users? Users are nothing but my clients. How to market? प्रदीप जी, किसी का कोई जवाब आया?
नहीं, अभी तक तो नहीं आया कमल जी.
इसका मतलब या तो वो लोग सुन नहीं रहे हैं या अपना को मार्केटिंग नहीं करते हैं. Just have a look out. How to market ourselves is a question. So I would say like this. First one is develop the habit of contributing articles to various magazines. Magazines, or you can say blogs or websites. If I say an example, it could be CA Journal, it could be the website of say testguru.in, it could be CS Journal, it could be Taxman Journal, etc. Now, why writing article will market you? If you refer Chartered Accountants Act, Chartered Accountants Act, clause number 7, part 1, first schedule. I repeat, Chartered Accountants Act, clause number 7, part 1 of first schedule states that a member can advertise his services. A member can advertise his services by contributing write-ups. I am calling them as articles. So, say for instance, you wrote an article for any of these magazines or maybe other magazines, and the title of the write-up was Disqualification of a Director, or the title of the write-up was Sustainability Reporting, or the title of the write-up was IFRS. Whatever topic you feel is great for you. You wrote your views on the same, contributed your views for these magazines, and at the end of that write-up, you will write, the above article is written by CA Mr. So-and-so. For any queries or suggestions, approach at email ID and phone number. That means you can give your email ID and phone number on a public platform. What is the public platform here? Journals, blogs, websites. More importantly, you can also write. The above write-up is contributed by CA Mr. X so-and-so. He is engaged in providing management consultancy services on IFRS and taxation matters. For any queries or suggestions, approach at email ID and phone number. That means in your write-up, you can also write that being an author, I provide these services. So now Institute of Chartered Accountants of India has allowed marketing in this manner. So this is one way of marketing, and most of the people are doing, and you should also follow the same in a much different and a good manner. Number second, build your network. As is said, your network is your net worth. So how to build your network? It could be built by virtue of participate in discussion forums. If you will see, so many discussion forums are available, like one is available on pdici.org. So people will post their queries on discussion forums, try to resolve those queries. Quora.com could be one of them. pdici.org is one of them. TestGuru is one of them. And many such forums are available. So what will happen, people like you when you're a solution provider. Now, if you will provide me some solution, obviously, I may engage you as my consultant in future as well. And that is why I'm writing participate in discussion forums. Number second, participate in webinars. Mind you, I am saying the word participate. I'm not saying attend the webinars. So when I say participate, participate means try to interact during the course of webinars. What will happen when you will participate? You will make the audience feel your presence, and that presence will be helpful in marketing. Ask questions, give replies, put your views also. Like if I talk about today's program, one of the person gave the view that I took 15 attempts to qualify, but I am in a good job. That is one of the view. Now what will happen even after 2-3 months, when you will be recalling today's program, you will be able to recollect, not me or Prabdeep ji, but you will be able to recollect that 1% to 15 attempts and still landed in good job. And that is what is known as marketing. So you have to participate in webinars as distinguished from a mere attendee in the webinar. And the same thing applies for seminars also. So depending upon your jurisdiction, if face-to-face seminars are going on, please participate there and try to make your network. And more importantly, try to become speaker at webinars or seminars. So once you will become a speaker at a webinar or a seminar, it will take time. I will not say it is overnight exercise. But yes, once you will participate in webinars, you will get the feelings and the vibes that yes, after a few days, few months, I will be on the dais as a speaker or a webinar, as a speaker at a webinar or a seminar. That speakership will also help you in building network. Like for example, I am blessed that I am having in my network Sir Prabdeep ji. I met him in a webinar last year. And that is why we are still in good connection and we are good friends as well. And that is nothing but a kind of net worth for me. Don't worry, Prabdeep ji sir is not charging me anything, neither I am charging him anything. But yes, this is one of the network. So you have to build that network. And that marketing is nothing but a 4-pillar approach for your entrepreneurship as a practitioner or entrepreneurship as a businessman. Why I'm saying as entrepreneurship as a practitioner and entrepreneurship as a businessman. If you don't want to practice, you can start your consultancy company also. Why I'm saying consultancy company? Let me ask you one question. Please don't search in Google and try to reply me. How many of you know that chartered accountants can incorporate and run their own management consultancy companies? Yes, any idea? As I told in the very beginning, we people are groomed for job, but not for entrepreneurship. Now, ICAI has allowed that chartered accountants can incorporate management consultancy company, and this will be first stepping stone towards entrepreneurship. So if you don't know, I would recommend, please go to the website ICAI.org and search the document or the literature which tells everything about management consultancy company. Simply search on Google, management consultancy company guidelines given by ICAI. You will get a good literature and you can incorporate this management consultancy company for your own venture. You can incorporate management consultancy company, and then what you can do, you can apply to become valuers, merchant bankers, investment advisors, and so on. So basically, you have to refer Regulation 190 capital A of CA regulations about services that can be provided or rendered by MCC. So many services are there. And the good thing is a CA in practice normally cannot become director in any company. He has to take permission for the same. But exception is management consultancy company. So if me and Pradeep ji incorporate a management consultancy company and become a managing director and whole-time director respectively in such company, there is no violation. ICAI has allowed that you can become managing director or a whole-time director in your own management consultancy company. Having said that, see this list and try to respond in the chat box or any other window which you're having. Have you explored or thought of these areas? I have given the list of around 15 points, and most of these points are not there in the book which I've shown you. That is Professional Opportunities for Members, because that book is of year 2009. All these are latest areas. For example, out of these 15 points, global opportunity, ESG and sustainability reporting. If you are a chartered accountant, you are based in India, sitting in India, you can provide ESG and sustainability reporting services. I will not go into detail, you can search in Google, but yes, a good avenue. Then BRSR. BRSR stands for Business Responsibility and Sustainability Reporting under SEBI norms. Last year it was amended in May 2021 and is mandatory for top 1000 listed companies. And you would be surprised, India is facing dearth of professionals who can go and advise on BRSR. You can vouch my words by searching on Google. Very recently I posted one post on my social media that companies in India are battling for good BRSR professionals. Number third, CSR impact assessment. You must be aware, in January 2021, to be precise, on 2nd January 2021, CSR rules were amended. And one of the rules is Rule 8, which makes mandatory for certain class of companies to carry out CSR impact assessment. You can do that thing also. Then real estate project monitoring. You must have studied linear programming, PERT, CPM. Now those learnings can well be applied by you for real estate companies, and the avenue is real estate project monitoring. Then GRCS, governance, risk and compliance services, basically corporate governance norms and SEBI norms. FIDS, fraud investigation and dispute solution. Quality review of financial statements and audit reports. Then compliance management, corporate law and insolvency law advisory, drafting and vetting of resolution plan under IBC, drafting information memorandum under IBC, arbitration law. Most of the chartered accountants are not even aware that they can be appointed as arbitrators. So you have to refer arbitration law for that purpose. And Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is also having one certificate course in arbitration law. Then advisory and internal control and risk management manual. You must be aware that under SEBI LODR stands for Listing Obligation and Disclosure Requirements Regulations. Under SEBI LODR, certain listed companies are required to have risk management committee. Now, listed companies are having RMC, but they are not finding professionals to help them in preparing and laying down risk management manual. Contracts management, a flourishing field. Then forensic investigations, and the list can go on and on. I am simply writing the major areas. So many avenues are there. And I would recommend you can take a screenshot of this clip as well. Please search on Google how many avenues you can cater into. And I must say, each of these avenues are remunerative. But the thing is, we are not having the enough professionals. Now there could be one doubt in your mindset. The doubt could be, I am a trainee from a small firm. I never have an experience of these avenues, and so on. The fact is, let us take a situation. On a silver lining, let us take a situation. Let us assume Pradeep ji is providing services say in CSR impact assessment. Can Pradeep ji carry out this impact assessment alone with a small team? Answer is no. He also needs staff of competent persons. Now, those competent persons could be fresh chartered accountants. Mind you, I use the words competent persons. I never stated expert persons. Reason being a chartered accountant, you have enough IQ that if Pradeep ji says that you have to do this work, you can do that work under the monitoring and guidance of Pradeep ji. Final call, obviously, Pradeep sir will be taking. Similarly, we have one area called as valuation. We have one area called as forensic investigation. If you don't have any experience, no problem. But I need team for forensic investigation, for valuation. I will be grooming that team so that the team could act as my support staff. Now question arises, how do you see yourself when I say self-assessment? How do you see yourself? That's the basic question, and I would request if the listeners can respond to my question. How do you see yourself as on date if I assume you qualified in between year 2020 to 2021? So nowadays it is the era of multiple choice questions. So I will give you some options. Expert person, competent person, passionate person, none of the above. I will not say all of the above. Yes, any answer?
Not yet, but we had got some answers regarding your earlier question that whether they are aware of certain things. So there are some yes for that, around
Okay.
7, 8. Yeah.
Okay,
So
great.
as of now for this, there is no answer.
So I would say if you believe you are expert person, not applicable. If you believe you are competent person, again I will say not applicable because you are still in the learning stage. If you say you are passionate, I will say yes. Now why I am saying passionate? What is the meaning of being passionate? You will be dedicated, you will be stimulated, and you would be full of experience sharing. Now, when I say dedicated, stimulated, and full of experience sharing, what is the meaning of dedication? Dedication doesn't mean that you will work for long hours. Dedication means that whatever responsibility is assigned to you, you will fulfill that responsibility without any excuse, So you have to come out of making excuse culture. Then stimulated. What is the meaning of stimulated? Stimulated doesn't mean that you will be in angry mood. Stimulated means that you're always eager to learn. And when I say always eager to learn, it doesn't mean that your learning will take place only from the office of Mr. Pradeep. The learning can take place from Google, from reading books, from reading various magazines, from your peers also. And then is full of experience sharing. So whatever your network is there, network of your peers and friends, always share your experience because you may be sharing experience on, say, forensic investigation. The other gentleman could be expert in taxation. He will be in a position to connect taxation aspect to your forensic investigation and vice versa. You would be able to connect forensic aspect to his taxation domain, and this will be known as knowledge sharing, and it is known as enrichment. So what I am trying to convey here is, when the topic given to me is self-assessment and career planning, the bottom line is we have to ask ourselves a question. What is important for us? What we feel or what we deserve? And that is the main motto. of this topic, self-assessment and career planning. Having said that, I have
Yeah,
shown you this.
Kamalji, we have seven, those who said they are passionate person and 2 competent.
Oh,
Yeah,
great,
so
great,
this
great.
is the response.
I have a small question. Small question is how to get the clients. That is my last leg of discussion. How to get the clients. Shall I call Kamal? Shall I call Pradeep ji? Shall I call president of ICI or vice president of ICI? कि CA तो बन गए हैं, client तो दो. Shall we say now it is the responsibility of ICI only to give the clients? And or should we approach the relatives? So when you were doing CA, most of the relatives and friends must be telling you, once you will qualify CA, I will refer you work. I will give you some clients. How to get the clients? Any idea? Okay, let me share some instances. Most of the instances you have to explore on Google, but I will obviously set the theme, set the tone so that you can work upon at your house. First is empanel yourself. This is for practitioners with Asian Development Bank, ADB. You will get a good work, obviously gradually, not immediately. So please don't be under misconception or a misimpression. Today I will enroll and tomorrow ADB chairman will be at your doorstep to give you work. It is not so. So enroll with ADB and explore the website of ADB also. What kind of work you can do? Asian Development Bank. Regularly visit pdicai.org and see for what tenders you are eligible and then apply accordingly. Third, empanel yourself with NHAI. NHAI stands for National Highways Authority of India. You can get some work over there also. Now, I would suggest to search and keep on searching empanelment opportunities for chartered accountants. One more question before I write this thing on screen as well. How many of you listeners have an idea? Please don't search in Google. How many of you listeners have an idea of what is ASM? What is ASM? What is the opportunity called as ASM? I can give you the hint. This ASM is very prominent in banking industry, in financial sector industry. What is ASM? And I can tell you this ASM is nowhere written in your study material of CA final. Prabdeep ji, any answer? Somebody is giving answer?
No, we have comments for your earlier one. Akshit says that basically first clients are friends or family. And Amit has commented that building clients on FOC basis at pre-qualification stage and later on monetize it.
Yeah, that could be one of the beginning stage, but the fact is, it is not remunerative. So now you know what happens practically, because most of us practitioners also pass through the same stage. Initially, when you will start rendering service on FOC, free of cost, after few months, maybe 5 or 6 months, you will be disgruntled with yourself. You will be disappointed with yourself. कि मैंने CS ले किया था. And you know what happens? Most of the clients in initial days, they will bargain with you even for 50 rupees, even for 100 rupees. So that will add to disappointments. To overcome that disappointment, because even those clients are required, because they are the part of my network and they may recommend some good clients in times to come. To overcome that negativity, we should have a check and balance, and that check and balance is empanelment at a lucrative place. So that is why this will go hand in hand. Anyway, the question is still pending. What is ASM in banking industry and financial sector industry?
Yeah, we haven't got any answer as of now.
Okay, you can take a note. A very good work, and I believe most of the chartered accountants will like this work. And why I'm saying they will like this work? For a reason. The reason is it is remunerative. You can get a handsome amount as a consultancy fees. This is also for practitioners. It stands for Agency for Specialized Monitoring. So various banks appoint CA firms as ASM, Agency for Specialized Monitoring, and this will be a kind of win-win field for the purpose of being into practice. Let me see if I can show you something on Google. Can you see this Punjab and Sindh Bank?
Yes.
Just see. Offer for appointment as agencies for specialized monitoring. It's an 18-page document. So I would recommend, when time permits you, search on Google this document. Go through this document. The point here is, once you will go through this document, you will be able to understand what requirements I have to fulfill so that I can be empaneled as one of the agency for specialized monitoring. Like one point is, we are inviting quotations from IBA empaneled agencies. Now what is IBA? Indian Bankers Association. So you have to go through entire document to have an idea what to do. Once you will be having the idea what to do, the how factor automatically will come into your mind. So Pradeep ji, I think my time is quite close to the closure.
Yes.
If there are any questions, they can ask me. I'm stopping my screen share.
We got some few more comments where more participants have mentioned that they are passionate. So I think.
Okay, great.
Yes. So.
Good evening, Jaiprakash sir.
Yeah.
Mute pe tha. I was hearing you. So, good evening. Loved it. I think I took a couple of things from you and to today's session, which I will implement. It's always a learning, and talking to you or hearing you was really great. Thank you, Kamalji.
Thank you.
Yes. So now I would invite our committee secretary, Mr. G. Ranganathan ji, to please propose a vote of thanks, and I will display a small appreciation from ICAI, a small certificate of appreciation for CA Kamalji. Just 1 second. So I hope it's appearing, the certificate of appreciation.
No, you have to double click on that name.
It's not appearing yet.
Not appearing yet. You can double click on the name. That file which you just opened, you can double click on it.
Is it
Or
okay
you
now?
have to share the entire screen. No,
not-
it's
not
Pradeep, share the entire screen. I think you're just sharing the window. Share the entire screen.
Yeah, the PDF is not opening in your system.
Okay. So I tried earlier. Okay, fine. You continue. Just 1 second. I'll try again once more.
The PDF should be available in. Yeah, it's there. It's there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's a pleasure to present you this certificate, CA Kamalji, as a token of gratitude to you. It was a very interesting session. In 60 minutes, you talked of so many things. The 4 questions that you posed in the beginning were very, very interesting. Rather, I would say that from my experience of handling this committee for members in industry, where we are doing these campus placements twice a year, these are the 4 questions which really run through everybody's mind as to my attempts, my being non-rank holder, or I had done articles from a very small firm. So these are the questions which run through their mind. And you had very rightly mentioned, and we also try to emphasize before the companies that a person who has taken more attempts is actually a person who knows how to face failures in life. And he is the person who actually tries with a lot of permutations and combinations, and ultimately he passes one of the toughest examinations. So I always tell them that a mountaineer who climbs Mount Everest at the first attempt may not be that good a mountaineer than one who makes 25 attempts, then succeeds. The one who makes 25 attempts is much more accomplished mountaineer. That's what we tell the companies, and companies also understand this. That ability to face failure is very important for any chartered accountant, because the nature of job is such that whether they go in practice or in industry, there will be a lot of setbacks, and how to overcome setbacks is also one thing which the CAs have to manage. You also talked about various professional opportunities, how to market oneself, and very interesting session, sir. Thank you. I also learnt a lot today. Thank you so very much, sir. Very grateful to you for your time.
Thank you, Kamalji, and we move ahead with our second session of the day, Careers in Technology by CA Jay, and I will briefly introduce CA Jay Prakash Agarwal. CA Jay is a rank holder chartered accountant with 15 plus years of experience across industry ranging from consultancy, technology, telecommunication, manufacturing, and healthcare. He has been a participant in GST implementation in India and also a VAT implementation in the healthcare industry in UAE. He has published various articles on technology and UAE VAT in most prominent newspapers in UAE. And as an Oracle consultant, he takes care of implementation of Oracle e-business suite. Jay is very supportive of all the initiatives of ICAI, as I mentioned about GST and UAE VAT, and he's also serving our chapter in Dubai as a treasurer, and for earlier 3 years he served as executive member. He's a managing partner in 2 companies in UAE, which includes MC Management Consultants and another technology company recently formed. He is one of the very few chartered accountants who is having a golden visa here in UAE, and he has been a big support, as I said, for all the initiatives. So with this, I would like to say that technology is something which interests all the members very much, and considering the feedback which we have received, we have this small 30-minute session to clarify any doubts on it. So with this, I request all of you to please give a big virtual round of applause for CA Jay Prakash Agarwal. And Jay, screen is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu sir. I mean, that was really a kind introduction. A long one. I did not know kitna kuch kar diya hai maine abhi tak, but still a long way to go. Ranganathan ji, seeing you after a long time. Good evening. You are looking healthy. You are looking more smiling. So keep smiling the way you smile every day. I have shared my screen. Let me know when my screen is visible.
Yeah. Yes, perfect. It's there, Jay.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks for the confirmation. I know you all are recently qualified chartered accountants trying to set your mark in the industry. And one such industry where you want to enter or you don't want to enter, you have questions around it, you have hiccups around it, is technology. Careers in technology for chartered accountants. If you are pursuing MSc, BSc, computer science, you might be more comfortable on careers in technology. But when it comes to chartered accountant, there are questions around it. So my first request is to ask as many questions as you can, though it's not a face-to-face session, but still, if you have any questions, please do put it in chat, and obviously Prabdeep ji will ask me those questions. I am happy to address those questions, because when I started my journey in technology as a career, yes, there were questions in my head, and over the period of time, I also got good mentors and they helped me evolve. And now I am doing the same thing by giving back to our young chartered accountants who are trying to get into careers, who want to explore technology as a career. Okay, so let's start. before I begin my presentations, I heard Kamalji also gave you MCQ. I will start also with the MCQ. My first MCQ is why technology after CA? If you're a chartered accountant, you have so many fields. Audit, you have accounting and bookkeeping, you have taxation again, direct taxes, indirect taxes, you have management accounting, cost accounting. All these are areas which are number games. You can play around it. Then why technology? Why you are looking for a career in technology? I have 4 options. It's like a small KBC. I'm not as tall as Amitabh Bachchan, but still I love playing KBC. So the questions, the options for you for this question is: technology companies are offering tech career opportunities in campus recruitment, and you want to opt for it, and you want to know what exactly I can contribute because they are coming for campus placements. So you just want to know how exactly it will move around. That can be option 1. Second option, bored with audit. For in articleship, I have done audit, I have done taxation. Let me explore a new career. Let me explore a new industry. And that is why you are looking at technology as a career. Number 3, technology is, one second, it's coming in between. Let me put it this way. Technology is the future and salary range being offered. Paisa. Money is good. They are giving us good money. Let me take technology as a career. Auditing, accounting, taxation, money will flow in later stage. So let me take technology today because they are tech companies are offering good salaries. And the last one, technology is my passion. I love doing technology. I can spend hours trying to succeed. What do you think? I will give you 10 seconds, not more than that, because overall I only have 30 minutes to do it. If you are there, if you are awake, and if you want to participate, please do participate, because if you participate, it will help me to take the session in an efficient manner. Pradipji, any answers coming in? 1, 2, 3, 4 people are saying 1. Yeah, technology companies are offering, and that's why we want to move to technology.
Yes, Jay, we haven't received any answer as yet. So as it comes through, I'll let you know.
Sure. No problem. Think about it. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, either of them. But for me, if it is option 1, 2, and 3, please think twice before getting into technology, because technology has to be driven by passion. If technology is not driven by passion, you will get frustrated in the career. You will think you have chosen the wrong career path for yourself. So first thing is, it should be driven by career, not by passion, not by money, not by your boredom, that you are getting bored in other courses, and not because you are getting job offers for technology and that's why you want to come to technology. If this is the case, I will say please rethink about it.
Yeah, Jay, I would, you have already shared something, but I would like to state that we got 5 responses, and all of those 5 were for option 3. And then we have got 1 comment after that. Yeah. So can I read that?
Yes, please go ahead.
So Amit says that I read about COVID 5 in CA final. I have an idea in mind of blending chartered accountancy with COVID 5. Please provide a scope area.
Sure, we will cover that, but it's a little complex. So let me first cover the basics, because I want to cover the basics for the newly qualified chartered accountants, and then maybe if time permits, we'll take up that as well. So when I say technology, you have to do by passion. Technology is like mathematics. What is common about mathematics? क्या लगता है? What is common? What I will say when I say technology is like mathematics? I say it because सबको आती नहीं, मेरी जाती नहीं. This is a famous dialogue by this gentleman. Everyone knows him by name Tiger. So same thing goes for technology. In mathematics, I will take you to old days in your school. There was cases where you said mathematics looks difficult, but if you practice it with passion, it contributes immensely to your scorecard. So if you are good in your maths, your scorecard will be good because you can score high in maths, and overall your scorecard will increase. But it looks difficult, requires a patience, requires practice, and then you can achieve it. Same thing goes for technology, my dear friends. Technology also looks difficult. It's like a black box. You may find it difficult. It's not my game. You may feel it, but if you practice, if you have a passion for it, you will be able to deliver. You will be able to deliver immensely, and you will have a good career. What exactly in the career you will cover? Don't worry, I have the entire slide on it, how exactly your career path will look like in technology. But for sure, technology is not an easy path, so you have to be. It's not like I'm scaring you. No, I'm not scaring you. I'm trying to give you the reason that you should be well aware of before you deep dive into technology, before you take career of technology as a chance. So please be aware what exactly you want to achieve, then only move into technology. Now, talking about technology, what is this? Can anyone guess? What do you see on your left panel in the screen? This is nothing but a buffet, right? Buffet table. Now, why I'm talking about buffet? Because for me, technology and buffet I can connect. Why I can connect? I say any organization where you will join will have buffet of application. If any organization says I'm using a single application, either it is very small or that's not true. Even in a small organization, there are multiple applications. One, they will be using accounting software. Second, Excel will also be there. Third, can be their CRM activity. All these are different softwares. So always an organization is not working in one application. They always work on buffet of applications. And that is why I say it's a buffet. You go to any organization. Now, if it's a buffet of application, forget about technology. If it's a buffet, how do you start? You start your meal, and do you start directly with the main course? No, you first go with the starters, then you go for the main course, and finally the desserts. Okay, so what I will help you to do is I will help you with the starters. Why starters? Because that is where you are putting your foot inside technology. How exactly it will evolve, I will also tell you, and what exactly you can achieve in technology, that will also I cover. Now tell me, when you started going to parties and you started seeing the buffet, I think either your parents or your elder brother, elder sister guided you what to start as a starter, what to start, and then you move on to your main course, and then finally it's that dessert. So I mean, people like me who love sweets, maybe I start with desserts first, and then I move to main course and back to dessert. Starter is something which I miss out. But the usual flow is you go with starters, then main course, and then dessert. This is 3-course meal. It can be 4-course, 5-course. I am sticking to 3-course meal. Similarly, today I will tell you what exactly starters mean, what exactly you should do in your next 3 to 5 years, and then 5 to 7, and then 7 to 10. And by that time, you will have your mastery and you will be able to handle technology. Maybe 10 years down the line, I'll be attending one of your sessions and you will be guiding the future generation, including myself, because every time it's a learning opportunity, how to move ahead in career in technology. So let's start. If I talk about technology, I told you it's a buffet. So if it's a buffet, these are the different applications which you will come across. Most of you have heard about it in your ITSM paper or in your technology papers. ERP, CRM, HCM, industry specific. What is ERP? ERP is enterprise resource planning. You must have heard about it. You must have done some work on ERPs in your articleship during your tenure. You must have heard about CRM, customer relationship management, how to handle the customer, how to handle a prospect, convert it to customer, how to share offers, what exactly the offers, coupons to promote my sales. That is CRM for you. SCM is nothing but human capital management, how to manage hire to retire cycle of my employees, that is human cloud management, or human capital management, that is one more application which is coming in. And industry specific. What is industry specific? For each industry there's a different application. You cannot take the application of healthcare and put it into manufacturing. Manufacturing will have a different application and healthcare will have a different application. Similarly, POS, retail cannot be put into manufacturing. It's a retail application, right? So application varies as per industry. That is why I said it's a buffet of applications. There will be multiple buffets. Is this the end? No, this is not the end. For me, these are transactional systems. Transactions. You are doing transactions either in ERP or CRM or HCM or any industry specific application. You do the transactions there. Once you have done the transaction, the next thing comes is consolidation. You need a consolidated data. Sometimes in ERP as well, if you look at multinational companies, they might be having multiple ERPs in different regions. Maybe one application is not supported. Say for example, in Africa, there is a specific set of approvals which is required if you use a software, and they have given to only specific softwares the approval. So you have to have a ERP out of those softwares. That means if you have business in Africa, you have business in US, you have business in UK, maybe you will have one common software for US and UK, but for Africa, you might be opting for another software. possible, right? That is again ERP, but multiple software. So what do you need? You need a consolidation tool. Consolidation tool to see the consolidated number, to see how exactly your group is performing, to see how exactly your entire business is performing across the region. So there comes a consolidation tool. It's again an application, right? Business intelligence. Then comes a top up or another layer called business intelligence. You have done your transactions. Now after 5 years, you want to understand what exactly I can derive out of it, what ideas it can give. So, right? In data is data till the time you make a meaning out of it. Then it becomes an information. Who helps in making a data to information? Business intelligence tools helps to make data and information by churning the data in a way so that it starts speaking to you. And when it starts speaking to you, you know where exactly it is moving. That is why business intelligence tools for you, friends. Once business intelligence tool is there, then we talk about big data, machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence. These are new terms, new technology. My time, was it existing? No. But in your time, does this exist? Yes. Do you have to understand them? Yes. Because every second company in the industry is picking up these tools. These after BI is more structured. More what happens is all the structured data. But with Facebook, Twitters, and all these social media applications coming in, the data has become unstructured, completely unstructured. And from that unstructured data, you have to make sense. And that is why these technologies comes into picture. So see what exactly I said. It's a buffet. You have so many applications to handle in one organization. All these are interrelated. And let me put this way, you are the outside world. From outside world, you can see these are the applications that you are interacting with. And when you interact with outside world, a blockchain will come into picture if you want to interact with it overall. So here, if you see, if any industry who wants to use all the application will end up seeing all these technologies in some bits and pieces. I'm not saying all the technologies are getting used in all the industry. Maybe some is only dealing with ERP and HCM and industry specific. Maybe someone has ERP, HCM, industry specific and consolidation tool, which is Hyperion and other stuff. Or they might be using a BI, which is Power BI or OBI, anything can be there, or big data, machine learning, robotic process automation. Now robotic process automation people have started picking up. So you are not seeing the name here, but it start coming in a big way. So it's a mix and match. As I said, buffet, you don't have to eat everything in the buffet. You pick and choose and eat what you like. Similar way in technology, you pick and choose where exactly you want to thrive. Where you want to thrive, pick that and you will be able to thrive. Correct? Let me move on. So when I talk about ERP, there are multiple modules I told you, right? To start off right now, as in campus placement, my understanding, you might be getting most of the opportunities in ERP. When you talk about ERP, there are multiple domains. ERP is the ocean. I always say ERP is completely an ocean and no one can do everything on its own. So what you have to do, from the ocean, you have to select which stream you want to pursue. What are the streams? Supply chain. What is supply chain? Supply chain is nothing but procurement, order management, procurement. These are different modules. How to procure it, how to store it, how to order it, how can my customer order it. All these are called supply chain modules. Manufacturing, if you're into manufacturing, bill of material, what exactly is the BOM definition within my finished product, how exactly I calculate my WIP, work in progress, and what is discrete and what is process manufacturing. You have done costing, you understand discrete and process manufacturing better than me. So manufacturing is another stream for you where you can look into it. Third, I think as a chartered accountant, this is very near to your heart. Financials, that is payables, receivables, general ledger, cash management, fixed assets, taxes. This is something as a chartered accountant you understand, right? You can straight away pick this up. Most of the IT companies which is coming for campus placement is looking for financial as a chartered accountant to take financials as their ERP career. But it's up to you. If you think, no, I don't want to do in financials, I want to move to supply chain, you can do that. You want to move to manufacturing, you can do that. But normally I've seen chartered accountants, when I say normally, I say 75% I've seen chartered accountants sticking to financials, or rather they will start their career with financials and maybe over a period of time they move on and start looking into supply chain, manufacturing, but that takes 3 years to 5 years to reach that expertise level. Other suits, field services. What is field services? Now, right now, sale is not important. After sales service is more important to derive your customer, to attract your customer, or to ask them to come again and again to you. That is field service. How to handle after sales, maintenance, asset management, all these are field services which needs to be done. Project suite is a small buffet or a small menu within that buffet, which takes care of project based, like construction. Construction might be running 10 different construction projects on the site, and they want to see the profitability for each of these projects. Then they use project suite. It's again more financial driven. I've seen chartered accountant making careers in project suite implementations in ERP. You can take care of it. Lease management, this is more on leasing functions where we lease long term or short term depending on different terms. So you have a module called lease management. These are different modules, my friend, and you can take career in any of these. Most of them start with financials, and then they start understanding other services. Financial for me is nothing but the nervous system of the entire ERP module. Why? Because this financial will be touching all the modules. You pick supply chain, you pick manufacturing, field service, project suite, any module, financials will go through it. It's like nervous system in your human body. It will go through each and every part. Similarly, financial goes through each and every part. So you can pick that, or you can move to any other modules. Now, your question can be, Jay, if I take financials, what is my career look like? How exactly my career will evolve? This is how your career will evolve, my dear friends, over a period of time. Hope I'm not going very fast. I'm just ensuring that I can see Kapilji has already joined. He will be like, Jay, I have 5:30. You have to stop at 5:30. So I will do that. So your career looks like functional consultant. When you join in any of the ERP modules, you are taken as a functional consultant. Functional consultant role is to understand the application business process, how exactly it is structured, because any application needs some configurations, right? Say, what does configuration means? You want, when you pass an invoice, the entry should get auto-generated, which is nothing but expense account debit to liability. For system to generate this entry automatically when you are creating an AP invoice, who will come into the picture? Functional consultant. What he has to do, he understands what is asset, expense, liability. He will say, okay, I need this account as an expense. I need this account as a liability. He will configure it. In our terms, we say configuration. So you have to be a configuration expert. Sir, do I have to know it beforehand? No, you learn it on the job. You know your accounting. That is more important. Application you can learn on the job, on the field. There will be people, there will be mentors, there will be colleagues who will be helping you to understand it. But what you should be strong in, you should be strong in your accounting part, in how exactly your business process should be. That is called a functional consultant. Sir, do I need to know the technology or the database behind it or the technical knowledge behind it? Right now, no. As a functional consultant, your role is only to understand the business process, configure the product as per the requirement of the business, test it out that it is working fine as per the business requirement, train the user, the business user who will be using it, and see whether he is able to use it independently, and then come out. This is what your life cycle will be as a functional consultant. Configure, test, train, control, and submit your paper and come out saying, okay, I have done my job. That is functional consultant. Completely related to what you do as a chartered accountant. Nothing technical about it. You have spent 3 years in functional consultant. Now your turn to move techno-functional. Because functional you know in and out, now it's time to get into a little technical. What is technical? Now, the moment you have understood the business processes, you know how exactly the system behaves. Now let's try to see behind the technology and how exactly it is functioning. You will love it. Initially, you may find it difficult. I found it difficult when I started getting into techno-functional. I went to my project manager's cabin and said, I'm a chartered accountant. You are asking me to look into SQL codes. How does it help me? And he had one statement, and that statement I am telling you today, and it helped me a lot. I mean, today, if I look at after 12 years or 13 years when he told me this statement, 12 years back, he told me this statement. He said, Jay, everything you learn helps you someday or the other in some manner or the other. And trust me, it's helping me when I became a techno-functional consultant. What you do as a techno-functional consultant, now you are like an interpreter between technical consultant and the business. You understand both the languages because you know the process. You will talk to the business in their language and then talk to the technical in their language. Do you have to be a hardcore technical guy to do the coding? No, you're not. You are just an interpreter so that you can handle both the sides. You understand business. Why you understand business? Because you are a chartered accountant. And now after 3 years, now you understand technology and you have started diving into it. So you become an interpreter between the business and the technology guy. What's the next stage? After 5 years, 2 years you play techno-functional. After 5 years, now it's your turn to decide your career path. It can be a solution architect or a project management. Now, if you love doing what you are doing as an interpreter, as an interpreter to design the solution, then you move to solution architect. Solution architect is a comprehensive job. All the modules which we talked about in the last slide, which is financial, supply chain, manufacturing, all these will come together, and you have to look at overall solution to see whether there are any leakages, breakages which needs to be fixed. That is solution architect. Process wise, coding, you will have a team to handle it. You just have to see the process end to end. When you started the career, you were looking only into financials, one module, or supply chain or manufacturing. Now you're looking end to end to design the solution for the industry and saying, okay, this is how the solution works, right? Assume after doing 5 years as functional and techno-functional, I do not want to get into solution architect. I'm not comfortable. Then you have another stream. It's not like a dead end for you. You can get into project management. Instead of doing a solution design, you start being a project manager and start delivering the project to the client, because now you understand how exactly the business works, how exactly the technology works. So you can move to project management, where you'll be responsible to prepare your plan, how exactly you'll deliver it, to track the progress and guide your team to deliver the project on time. That becomes project management for you if you're not interested in solution, being a solution architect. Moving on, after you've done solution architect for let's say 4 to 5 years, that becomes maximum 8 years of your career is already gone. 8 to 9 years is already gone. Now you can move to product or principal consultant. Now you are a champion of the industry. You have done so many industries. You have seen the product multiple times. Now you can be called a product or principal consultant who can guide the industry into best business practices. Right now you are not configuring it. You are telling the business, this is the process where you are lacking. These are the cracks you have to fill in, and you are guiding the industry completely. You can also do it. You can also do it for multiple applications, because now you are a principal consultant. You understand how exactly it works. Or if you move to project management, you can be a delivery head. Earlier, you are delivering one project or 2 projects as a project manager. As a delivery head, you will have multiple project managers below you, and you have to ensure all the projects are getting delivered on time as delivery head. That becomes your principal and product consultant. Maybe after 13 to 14 years, when you are 15 years, you can be an industry expert. Assume you have done 10 projects or 15 projects in a row for manufacturing. You may become a industry expert on that domain, and you will see your career flying. 15 years is span, my dear friends. I'm telling you, after that, I'm confident that you will become expert. You will be sitting in one of these EDP programs and guiding me and the new future generation. I say, why me? Because I always think something we learn every time a young person speaks. And that is why I'm looking forward in next 15 years, you sitting here saying the same thing to younger generations, and I'll be more than happy seeing you in technology. Now, moving on, as a functional consultant, I told you your first role when you start your career is functional consultant. If you can see here, functional consultant. As a functional consultant, I already guided you. Let me give you what exactly you'll do. You'll do a business process documentation. What is business process documentation? You have worked on flowcharts, right? You will create a flowchart. You will say, okay, start box, invoice created, invoice sent for approval. Approved, yes. Invoice is ready for payment. Rejected, invoice go back to the invoice worker. What is this? This is nothing but a business process. So as a functional consultant, you will be creating a business process documentation, followed by application configuration. As we talked about, configure the application. What is liability account? What is expense account? You will configure the application. You will do the quality testing. You will train the user and document it. And then going forward, you will bridge the gap between business and technical consultant, which we talked about. I might be going a little fast because I'm just concerned about the time which has been allotted to me, but this will be what you deliver as a functional consultant. After that, you will know your road and you will be able to deliver it. And that is why I will always say, what is this? Pradeep sir, what is this?
Yeah, buffet.
This is a buffet. So at the end, this is a buffet, and what you can do is, please, there is no universal rule where to start and where to end. You choose your dish, what do you want to eat, and please be prosperous in this. Because when you pursue what you love in buffet, it ensures take time to test, to develop. That is why I call you have to have the passion for technology. If you don't have the passion, you will not be able to enjoy it. Have the passion and then move to technology, you will be able to enjoy it. All the best.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jay, we have one question. I'll quickly read it out for you. Avesh is asking, Big Four offering offshore job in India as a functional consultant. Which one is good, Oracle or SAP? As a functional consultant, we should start with Big Four or small companies? Yeah, that's his question.
Yes. Very good question. I think one thing which I always see in all these EDV program which comes is what to go for, Oracle or SAP. Whom you will choose, father or mother, right? You both are important, correct? Similarly, SAP and Oracle are both prominent softwares. Choose any one of them. It hardly matters. But if you have region specific, why region specific? I am saying if you want to move to US, I'll say try to pursue more opportunities in Oracle, because in US you will see more of Oracle dominance. It's not like SAP is not there, but you will see more of Oracle dominance in US. If you move to Europe, I will say go for SAP. If you want to move to Europe as a region that no, after 5 years or 10 years I want to see myself in somewhere in Europe, then please pursue SAP. Why? Because SAP has more dominance there in Europe. Right. Similarly, if you come to Middle East, again Oracle is more dominant here, and if you move towards Asia, SAP is again dominant towards Asia. So it depends on what exactly you want to do in overall run. However, I can guarantee you, whether it's SAP or Oracle, even Microsoft, in all the three careers, in all the three fields, you have good opportunities to grow. Regarding big or small firm, hardly matters. You will get only thing is, small organization, you will get ample opportunities, but sometimes it takes a toll on you. Why it takes a toll on you? Because maybe instead of one module, you've been assigned multiple things to do, which you will not be able to deliver. In Big Fours, you will get a real opportunity saying, okay, this is what the module is, do the job there, and you are done. But maybe your knowledge will be growing a little less in time, and maybe you will take more time to understand the entire module. So everything has its own pros and cons. I'll prefer either take Big Four if you want your life to be a little easy, but if you have that courage, no, I can do it, I have the passion, small organization is also good for you. There is no problem going to a small organization. If you have passion, you will be able to crack it.
Thank you so much, Jay. And now I will invite our committee secretary, Mr. G. Ranganathan Ji, to please propose a vote of thanks.
Good evening, sir. C.A. Jaiprakash Agarwal Ji. So it was just 30 minutes, but very, very rich session, sir. And it went with a great speed. You covered so many things, sir. And you very, very rightly driven the point that more than the salary or more than the opportunities or demand or supply, whatever is there, passion is what is very important for a chartered accountant to succeed in technology. And you also very rightly mentioned, sir, that CA has got core knowledge of so many subjects. But if he can also add technology in his CV, and if he passionately, if he pursues technology, then he can become a good interpreter between the business and the technology team. So that is one thing which really impresses. You also talked about the various roles in ERP and in functional consultant, the machine learning, artificial intelligence. Indeed, sir, very nice, very, very nice to hear you, sir. And a very, very important session, sir. Thank you so very much for sparing time. Very grateful to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. कपिल जी टाइम पे खत्म किया, आपके लिए टाइम मैंने पूरा छोड़ा है.
अरे सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Thank you, sir. Prabhu sir, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jay. We now move on to our third session of the day, where we have CA Kapil Garg, who is an immediate past chairman of our Dar es Salaam, Tanzania chapter. Kapil is a commerce graduate from Chaudhry Charan Singh University, Meerut, and he completed his graduation in 1994. He qualified as a chartered accountant in May 1998 and became a fellow member of our institute in Jan 2004. Kapil is also a member of National Board of Accountants and Auditors Tanzania, and he has been awarded as CPA Tanzania. In addition, Kapil also holds diploma in IFRS from ACCA. Kapil was in audit and tax practice in New Delhi for a decade, from 1998 to 2008, before moving to Tanzania in the year 2008. In 2008, he joined CPA firm, Channa Sirikumar and Company, which was a Morrison International member at that time in Dar es Salaam, as an audit manager. He became partner in the firm in the year 2016 when the firm was an independent member of Grant Thornton Network. He specialized in Tanzania tax laws, and he is leading the tax practice of the firm, which is now known as Balakrishna Shri Kumar and Company. Thank you so much, Kapilji, for being here with us. I understand you had a long weekend and a good time, and today you agreed to come and address to our members as a very important and key leader from the African continent. In your topic, I would request you to dispel some doubts about Africa also in your 30 minutes session. And we thank you for all what you have been doing for ICAI, and we look forward to your session. And I request all our members present here to please give a big virtual round of applause for Kapilji. And Kapilji, the screen is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prabdeep ji. Thank you, G. Ranganathan ji, for having me here again. It is always my pleasure to be part of the ICAI network in whatever way I can, and it is the way I always do that, and it is my passion also. And thanks to you, Prabdeep ji, for having me here again. Yes, it is true. I was on a long safari. We had a long weekend, 4 or 5 days until yesterday. I'm a very, wildlife safari fan. I was on a wildlife safari, and last night I came back midnight. That's why I told you that don't keep mine on 17th, keep it on 18th then. So yeah, it was good, but yes, I'm here. So first of all, let me just share my screen. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Visible.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank ICAI for having this EDP program for the newly qualified chartered accountants. Thank you, Prabdeep ji. Thank you, Ranganathan ji, for having me here again. And I would like to congratulate all the young chartered accountants who have recently become chartered accountant in July 2021. I presume this is specifically for them. Now you are a chartered accountant, and the topic given to me is excitements of being a chartered accountant. I'll take you through that excitements, that what should be the excitements, why I am excited, and why every chartered accountant should be excited of becoming a chartered accountant. So yeah, excitement is linked to success. You should be excited to get the success. You have already got the success in the sense that you are a chartered accountant now. Those 2 letter words CA is already in front of your name since July 2021, last year. Now you need to carry on that legacy. You need to continue that excitement to achieve more and more success in your life as a career. So my topic is not on any particular subject. So sit back, relax, and try to enjoy what I'm going to tell you in next 30 minutes, including some information about Africa as well. As I told you, excitement is directly linked to success. The more you are excited in your career, or not only in career, even in your personal life, you will get more and more success, and I'll show you how. What I'm going to cover is that what is success, the excitements of being a chartered accountant. That is my main core area. Who am I? I would like to give a brief about Africa also. Then I will cover key factors contributing to the success, and if there is any question and answers. So if we talk about the success, as per the dictionary meaning, the success, which is the opposite of failure, is status of having achieved and accomplished an aim or objective. I would say that's only a part of the success which you have already achieved. Means in terms of you being qualified as a chartered accountant, you have already achieved the success. But success is not something which you have achieved and it is over. It's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process. The journey has just started for you, my friends. Believe me, you will be saying that we have, studied day and night for so many years, doing so many training, and this guy is telling me my journey has just started. Trust me, you have got the success, but your real journey has just started. And you should be excited about it. Why you should be excited about it, I'll tell you later. But as I told you, success is an ongoing process. Being successful means achievement of desired visions and planned goals. So the success is not only achieving something. I wanted to become a CA, I become a chartered accountant now I got the success. No, it is not over. You need to achieve your goals, your vision, your plans, your dreams. The dictionary also describes success as attaining wealth, prosperity, and or fame. If you see that attaining wealth, I see it as a very interesting thing, because attaining wealth can never be completed. Today you have a vision to acquire $100,000, tomorrow $1 million, $10 million, $1 billion. But success is a never-ending process, my friends. Success needs to continue. So you need to continue to achieve this more and more success. And you should always be excited of being a chartered accountant. I'll tell you why. So as I told you, what is success? The biggest success you've already achieved. Those two letters in front of your name, CA, chartered accountant. So the biggest success you've already achieved. So be excited about it in order to achieve more and more success, in order to achieve more and more wealth, name, fame, goodwill, everything. You are an extraordinary person. Have that trust. You're not an ordinary person being a chartered accountant. You are an extraordinary person. You have already got the license to walk on the path of success by getting this qualification as a chartered accountant. You are now a licensed, you have got the authority, licensed authority to walk on the path of success. And that is why I said that your journey has just started. Your real journey has just started. Till the time it was only academic or some practical training or some part-time jobs or something. But your real journey has now started once you have awarded the chartered accountant degree. Be excited. Why you should be excited about being a chartered accountant? The first is, you think about it, that you are one of those 340,000 odd chartered accountants in entire India, where the population is 1.38 billion. The percentage is in, fractions of percentage. You should be proud about it, that you are one of those fraternity which is very rare in India. As even though you see a lot of chartered accountants, but if you combine them all, there are very few. So you should be proud about it. You should be proud that you are a chartered accountant. I always say this, that you are an Indian and on the top you are a chartered accountant. What more do you need in life? You have got the ultimate license. Believe me, and you need to believe in this to stay excited and get success. You have the supreme qualification, which is known for its supremacy worldwide. So chartered accountancy, I'll tell you friends, I have met in last 15 years, I am in Africa, and I have met lot of accountants from various countries in the world, from various continents of the world. But trust me, our Indian chartered accountants are seen and they have edge over all other accountants of the world. I am saying this because I have met accountants of many countries. In this part of the world where I am staying, there are people from more than 80 countries staying in this part of the world, and accountants are also from so many countries. But the moment we as an Indian chartered accountants are seen, we get an edge over others, whether it is an ACCA, whether it's I would not name any specific, but I'm telling you, this is a supreme qualification which you have got, and it has got a worldwide recognition, and that is why we have got 44 overseas chapters present in the world, ICI chapters, and 26 representative offices. So we have our presence in 70 cities of the world. ICI has got presence today in the 70 cities of the world. So that is why, because we are valued globally, and we are always preferred over others, and our signature have got the unique value. Please keep this in mind, that whenever you are signing any document, feel proud that you are signing and it has got a value attached to it, which no other signature in the world has got. So be always excited about that you are a chartered accountant. Think about it, that you are not an ordinary person, you are an extraordinary person, and you can make a difference to the world. And that is what many of the chartered accountants are making it at the moment. So be excited about being a chartered accountant. Now, who am I? As Prabdeep ji said, talk a little bit about Africa. Of course, I would. So who am I? On the left side, you can see who am I. I'm also a proud chartered accountant. In my introduction, I always say is proud to be a chartered accountant more than anything else. So I am a proud chartered accountant of those 340,000. So my excitement began when I was in grade 8. At that time, I was not even knowing what is the job of a chartered accountant. What does he actually do? What is the audit? What is the meaning of the audit? But because those days, technology was not that much advanced that you can search on the Google that what is a chartered accountant and you will get the whole curriculum. That was not the case. But I heard that, yeah, CA is something good. Yeah, reputed. Okay, fine. It's good. Let's move it. Those days were like that. But it was an excitement. Believe me, it was an excitement. I still remember when I got admission into the ICAI, it was in November because those days BCom results got delayed and I got admission in November. I still remember my, employer chartered accountant signing my articleship approval in November. I went to a client place to get that form signed and that was the excitement. That was the excitement. My next excitement was when I passed out the exam in 1998. I still remember that day, 12th of July 1998, when I passed out as a chartered accountant. So these are the excitements. Since then, I have been continuously excited as a chartered accountant. And now for the last 15 years, I am in Africa, Tanzania. So people have little bit of misconception about Africa that, Africa, because no. I don't want to go to Africa because I interview so many chartered accountants for our firms and for our clients, and believe me, 80% of the applicant have still this misconception about Africa. That first of all, they take Africa as a country. Let me tell you guys, Africa is not a country; it's a continent having 54 countries, which no other continent has. It is the most number of countries, if there are in any continent, they are in Africa. 54 countries, and 80% of our applicant, when we interview them, they feel a little bit shaky about moving to Africa, that no, Africa, my parents are saying no, this one, that one. Then I tell them, look, it is not like that. First of all, you need to understand that what Africa is all about, what it is composed of, which are the places, which are the countries, West Africa, South Africa, East Africa, North Africa. For example, I am in East Africa, in Tanzania. East Africa, I would say Tanzania, Uganda are most safest countries in the whole world, not only in Africa. I find when I came here, Tanzania to be more safer than Delhi. I hail from Delhi. I find Tanzania to be more safer than Delhi. Let me tell you, friends. So it is a misconception that Africa is not safe. Africa is not. Africa is growing. Africa is growing as a different world in itself. And Africa is future. World is eyeing Africa these days. Lot of new investments are coming into Africa because of the rich reserves we have got in Africa. Africa is, 90% of the gold comes from Africa and 80% of that comes from one place in South Africa. Just keep in mind that, lot of, reserves are found and Africa is the future. So, okay, my topic is not that. My topic is excitement of being a chartered accountant. But I just wanted to clear the misconception about Africa. So if you are having any kind of misconception that Africa is not safe, that is totally a myth. Yes, there are some countries which you can check. You have got various chapters. You can check with them. We have a chapter here in Tanzania. If you have any inquiry about Tanzania, you can ask us. Our details are there on the ICA website. But I just wanted to clear this misconception. Now, coming back to my topic, excitements of being a chartered accountant. So there are motivating factors which takes you to being excited. Learn something new every day. These are very common things, but I will tell you why should you be excited. Diverse industry inside, meeting dynamic people, finding win-win solution, building a strong network. This is very, very important when you move ahead, that you build a new network outside India. Today, we have a network of many chartered accountants from all over the world in terms of overseas chapters, and thanks to Prabdeep ji and other ICAI members, ICAI leaders who have kept us united, and we have a network of almost all the countries wherever we have got the chapters and representative office. We are present in 44 countries, as I mentioned, and 26 rep office. So we have presence in 70 cities of the world. So we have a very strong network, ICI network. So if you have any doubt about it, all the details of those are there on the net, on ICI website. You can ask your peers who are chartered accountants. They will be happy to guide you, giving back to the communities and having fun delivering results. So there are some, these, you would have seen these factors in many of the PR related subjects. But again, I will go back to the excitements, the key to success. Always remember, I don't get tired by saying this, that always remember that you are a chartered accountant and have that confidence in you always. Okay. Unless you have that confidence, you will not get success. Change your lifestyle to imbibe the following. Be innovative and try to provide value addition in whatever you do. In the sense that whatever you are doing, show your specialism in that. For example, let me give you an example. You're going for an interview, okay, to a company ABC Limited tomorrow, and try to prove yourself as a different from others. Now you will ask me, Mr. Kapil, how do I prove there? There the interviewer will ask me question, I have to answer them. That's it. How can I prove different? My friend, you can do that. You have to be innovative. Spend 10-20 minutes on the Google. Nowadays, everything is available about the companies. Get some data about the companies. Get some information about the company. Get some information about the management. And have that in mind. And when the interviewer asks you questions, link those information which you already have. For example, if interview asks you a question that if we hire you, how will you prove that you are an asset to the company? Okay, fine. You will say that, okay, I will do this, I will do that, I will prepare good budget, I will keep control of your finance and all those things. In addition to that, you can always say, sir, you have got a plant in this city, you have got a plant there, or you have got a service center there. I know I have done this kind of analysis. I would try to improve this kind of things by moving this. So meaning, I'm not saying that you will be exactly responding to the question, but you are indirectly telling them that you know about them better than others. Will make an impact. They will feel value more than your answer. They will feel, oh, this guy has done the homework and this guy knows about us. And this guy is, and simply talk about anything else. Suppose interviewer asks you what is happening. Well, everything is fine, no complaint, but this Putin is making the life difficult for everybody. Talk about 5 minutes that. Then you will get the edge over others. Believe me. And that is possible only if you think innovatively and you provide value addition to what is being asked. So you need to make sure that you provide some value addition. Okay. Don't be just like, the question and answer. No, that doesn't work in today's world. You have to be innovative. You have to make sure that you have to make your presence felt in such a way that the person in front of you feel that you are an important person. You are okay. You have the special, additional skills rather than only limiting your skills to the subject. Counting everybody will do. I'm not saying that you are not an expert. You are also an expert accountant, but you have to prove that. Second, never give up. This I don't get tired. Never give up. Never ever give up on any subject. Sometimes it happens that you are not able to achieve your objective. It's fine. It's fine. Because that may be because of something is wrong in that assignment or something is not possible at all. Then how will you do that? That is possible that everything is not. And as Ranganathanji was mentioning before, that failures are important to achieve the success. The one who has failed more times will be more experienced. So, but don't give up. Don't give up there. If you are not able to complete an assignment, put that in front of your client or in front of the stakeholder in such a way that, look, this was the problem in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 problems were there. Still, it was not possible, but still I have managed to do this. So that in spite of losing that assignment, you present yourself that you have done something good about it. So that you are treated, oh, this guy is smart. I know this was not possible, but still he has managed to take out 3 things out of it and give it in such a way. So, I mean to say, find out opportunities in every problem. Whenever any client comes to me with a problem, I see that as an opportunity. The more the problem, the more the opportunities for the professional. That rule you need to imbibe in yourself. If there is a big problem, take it as a big opportunity. The bigger problem, the bigger opportunity for you. Don't shy away from the problems. That is why we are extraordinary. I told you in the beginning, we chartered accountants are extraordinary. We would like to find opportunity in every problem. So I feel happy when more problem comes to me at my office, or some people come with the problem. I feel more enthusiastic. I feel more excited about it, and I give the solution in such a way that it's a win-win situation for everyone. As I told you, every time winning is not impossible. If you many of you, I know you're following IPL. Yesterday's match also, Chris Jordan gave last no ball. Everybody was blaming the captain, whoever was, I think Jadeja, that he should not have given the bowling to Chris Jordan, but that is not, it is. He was on the ground. He knew better than you that who was the best person to give the bowling to. It happened. The ball threw out of his hand. It became a no ball. Next ball was a free hit. Miller hit a boundary and they won. But that does not mean that you have given it up next time. And good thing is that, those who are following IPL, I don't follow IPL just because to see the table and I'm supporting any team or anything, because I'm outside India. So for me, all the 10 teams are everything. But I see the fault. I see the wrong decisions. It happens. It is going to happen. But my friend, never give up. Try to learn from those mistakes. If somebody is making mistakes, you learn that you didn't commit that mistake, but still you are learning from his mistakes. More problem, more opportunities, more learning curves, more mistakes means more experience. More mistakes, more experience, more opportunities. And so differently, so present yourself as a differently. Okay? Always be ready to grab the opportunity. That's what I told you in the last this one, that more problems, more opportunities. Always be ready to grab the opportunity. Analyze your weaknesses also and make improvements such as communication skills, PR. PR is very important in the corporate world. How do you create your PR? You have to create a strong network. You have to talk a lot about the general awareness. When you go to the interview table, if interviewer asks you, how are you, what is happening? As I told you, don't start immediately about that, sir, I am a chartered accountant, I am a 99. Talk 5 minutes here and there. Talk 5 minutes about the war which is happening right now. Even you can even talk about the IPL, as I mentioned to you. When a client comes from outside, last week a client came from South Africa, very prominent client, and 3 of them came from South Africa. It was 2 weeks back when this South African women team was doing very well in the New Zealand, on the World Cup. So they came to me for a new appointment, but I started with them with this, their team doing well. I said, your ladies are playing fantastically in New Zealand, and they were so impressed, So that is how you create the PR with the people. Don't start jumping to the, I got qualified, I got this. All those things are fine. They are there in the CV also. But PR is very important. These are the major thing to success. And we hesitated a lot even after being qualified, that if we talk about this, what will the guy feel? No, nothing will happen. Let me tell you, nothing will happen. If you talk to a client about IPL, he will not feel bad. He will rather feel happy. This one. If you talk about World Cup, if you talk about football, if you talk about tennis for 5 minutes, nothing wrong will happen. You will create more PR. If you talk about, Rus-Ukraine, nothing wrong in that. Even if you are meeting a client and if you talk 5 minutes about the war, nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. It will rather make your impression, oh, this guy is, storytelling should be a process. Storytelling, I always do storytelling. Whenever I meet a new client or even a continuous client, I spend 15 minutes in storytelling, something or other stories. Then only I come to the topic. Then only I come to the main topic. Okay, now this is your tax problem. Let's start. So by storytelling, I have made them comfortable. I have made them relaxed. I have made them, out of the this one problem for some time. I'll give you a simple example. I was on safari for last 3 days. Serengeti is world's best safari in the world. number one safari. I was there for third or fourth time, and every time I go there, I stay in a different resort, different lodge. So this time I was again in a different lodge. What happened was I was to stay there for 2 nights, and it's a very, as I told you, it's a very mixed culture here in this part of the world. So when you go to tour anything, you will see people from many countries, US, Europe, Australia, even South Africa, and so many people. But there were few Indians also. So I was in the dinner table, and it was like a full, after the safari everyone goes for the dinner. It was a full hall, and I found that as compared to my earlier trips, this time the number of Indians were more, like 5-6 tables were Indians, others were like all foreigners and all those things. So we have little bit of in this remote areas, in the forest and all, we have some, for vegetarians they find something difficult because they don't get the roti and chapati and dal there. But what I did was that the GM, I found the GM to be an Indian guy. I went to him and I said, Mr. You are from this one? He said, no, I am from this Kolkata and all. And I talked to him. I said, my friend, why don't you do one thing? Why don't you tell Saf to do something tomorrow? Because these people are going to stay, and this time you can see there are a lot of Indians. Why don't you tell them to do some Indian things in the buffet tomorrow? He said, it's a good idea. In fact, I was thinking about the same, and you have told me, let us go to the Saf and ask him. I went with him into the kitchen, and I told Saf that do these preparations. I even gave them the YouTube recipes for them. And believe me, next day, they made us the paneer curry and the dal makhani more tasty than what we get in India. So I'm trying to tell you that you don't need to repeat such things, but you need to believe in yourself that you are a different person. You can do the things differently, and you can write your own success stories. You can write your own success stories. For that, you need to be excited always. You need to be excited always. You need to believe in yourself. You need to be confident that yes, you can do it. Without that, it will not happen. Without that, it will not happen. So, having said that, I would like to end here. If anybody has got any question about the presentation or about Africa, I have given you the enough details about Africa also, especially Tanzania and other countries also. Please feel free to write to us, and we will be happy to guide you in any manner, any matter relating to anything in Africa. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kapilji. Thank you for your insights. And I would now request our committee secretary, Mr. G. Ranganathanji, to please propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you, CA Kapil Gargji. As was your session, this was very, very exciting session. I say, you mentioned that becoming CA itself is a great excitement, but it is a beginning of the success path. Very rightly you said, and your session was a very highly motivating one. The story about having dal makhani and the paneer, that are very, very interesting. And then you also gave them insight to young members that do not always be business-like. It's also important to touch people. And then what I would say was the takeaway of your session is that how to connect yourself with the other person by speaking something which the other person becomes immediately very comfortable, and then he is very happy to talk to you. That is the first step to success in any deal, in any kind of conversation. So very wonderful session, sir. Lot of learnings from you. Thank you so very much, sir. Grateful to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we close, sincere gratitude to everyone, and thank you to all the members who are present here today. Tomorrow, let us note that we have 2 sessions starting from CA Amit Arora, who is a famous media personality from Delhi. He will be starting the day tomorrow at 5:30 IST, followed by a session on mentoring by C.A. Singaraju, who is based in Doha. Request all of you to please do come and tell all your friends to join, and have a safe evening. Stay safe. Take care. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.